Yeah, baby. Today is the last day of 2019, so to celebrate, we're going to talk about the video games we can't wait to play next year. Now, we already talked about the most anticipated one-off games, so today we're going to talk about our most anticipated sequels. I'm Elijah, I'm happy this year is over, and here's a list of the most anticipated video game sequels and remakes of 2020. And since I have you guys here, I'm going to have to ask you to like, share, subscribe, and hit the little bell. I know every YouTuber does it, but we have to. YouTube kidnapped my dog and they won't give it back until you hit that little bell. So hit it. Number 10. Ori and the Will of the Wisp. One of the few games on this list that showed that 2D platformers still have a lot to give us. Ori and the Will of the Wisp looks as cute and as whimsical as the name suggests. Just look at Ori. Look how cute he is. Look at him. Look how majestic. The new game has you uncovering secrets so Ori can find out and fulfill his true destiny. Expect a lot of feels along the way. Number 9. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh crap, son, I just pissed off a lot of people by having this so low on the list. Now don't get me wrong, I love Final Fantasy, but this is just one episode of the game, so I feel kinda like it's a tease. Also, we probably won't get the full game until what, 2030, 2040, 2050? But either way, I still want to play this game, even though it's a small bite of a bigger, more delicious cake. Just look at these graphics. The game has never looked so good. Sephiroth's hair is flawless, yas. Weird to say, but I can't wait to be completely heartbroken when Aerith dies in high def. Or high death, if you know what I'm saying. And that's kind of the problem. I feel like the parts I'm most excited for in the game come later on and won't be in this episode. Number 8. It may not be Half-Life 3, but it's certainly better than none. Valve has always been innovators, so it makes sense that the new game will be a VR title. Don't dismiss this game as just another shallow VR game. With Valve developing it and slapping the Half-Life name on it, there's a pretty good chance that this is gonna have a bit more substance than what you're used to, and let's hope this finally leads to the release of Half-Life 3. Half-Life 3 is ready for the world. The world just isn't ready for Half-Life 3. Number 7. A game that's a remake and a sequel, as in it's a sequel to a game that was itself a remake, therefore making this game a remake or reimagining of the original game's sequel. Make sense? Good. Abe is back, and that's all you need to know. In this reimagining of Oddworld, Abe's Exodus, that retcons 20 years of established canon. Gone is the original idea of the Oddworld quintology, and retools it to focus on Abe instead of different protagonists each game. It's going to be interesting to see how gamers and developers will handle this change. Number 6. Psychonauts 2. The original game looks like Tim Burton was on his way to make Nightmare Before Christmas 2 and got lost and accidentally made a video game instead. It's a game that makes dealing with deep-seated emotional issues fun and exciting instead of being the existential nightmare that it really is. The story would pick off after the events of Psychonauts, the Rhombus Ruin, and feature Raz and a host of new characters. The game looks fun, unique, with the right amount of macabre thrown in. And that's why we can't wait to play it. Number 5. Watch Dogs Legion. Taking a note from Fire Emblem, if your character dies in the game, they die for real as you try to take back a London that's apparently been taken over by drones? I don't know. The game claims that virtually anyone you see in the game can be recruited to join your resistance. I used Fire Emblem as an example earlier for a reason. The fact that the game is an open world game where you can recruit people to join your party and each person will have their own stats and abilities makes Watch Dogs Legion sound like a JRPG that takes place in a futuristic London. Not saying it's a bad thing, just saying it's a thing and not enough people are talking about it. Number 4. Doom Eternal. The Doomslayer, wait, that wasn't epic enough.
The Doomslayer is back to tackle the hordes of hell, bitches!
That's better. The game is almost guaranteed to be action-packed and violent, but with enough camp to make it fun. If only the movies understood that Doom isn't about a bunch of buff dudes who sound constantly constipated. It's about one buff dude who sounds constantly constipated, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. Doom is fun and over the top, and we can't wait for more. Number 3. Resident Evil 3. Nemesis is just an angrier Kool-Aid man. There, I said it. If you weren't expecting this game after the success of Resident Evil 2, then you're crazy. The only surprise is that how quick this game is coming out. The events of Resident Evil 2 and 3 happen simultaneously, and if you have any doubts that would be the same in the remake, the recently released Resident Evil 2 demo features Nemesis' voice saying his favorite only word? Wait, hold on. Guys, is Nemesis just an angry Hordor? Number 2. Halo Infinite. Remember how the tagline for Halo 3 was "Finish the fight"? Well, that was a lie. The fight still isn't done, and it will go on for infinity and beyond. Halo Infinite is not only the next big game in the Halo franchise, but it's also going to be one of the first Xbox Series X games. It's a lot of pressure for Xbox's unofficial mascot being the flagship title to usher in a new generation of console and to continue the console wars, but Master Chief can do it. What we know so far about the game is that it's going to be returning to its roots to give a more classic Halo experience. Halo 5 seemed to push old Master Chief to the side, whereas this game will see him return to a more central character, as he should be. Number 1. Fast and the Furious Crossroads. Number 1. Last of Us Part 2. We included this in our video editorial, The Problem with Diversity in Gaming. Shameless plug, shameless plug, shameless plug. This game was supposed to come out on February 19th, but it won't because Naughty Dog wants to make sure it's done correctly, the wankers. But just like being rejected at a bar on New Year's Eve by an average-looking person, it only made us want it more, for we are the real Naughty Dogs here. The game features Ellie and Joel on another father-daughter journey. If Joel dies, I say we riot. Only kidding. I have to be careful what I say around some of you. You guys might actually do it. Despite getting multiple trailers for the game, it still largely remains a mystery. We can only speculate, and we can speculate a lot, but nothing is truly known for sure, which is both equally exciting and irritating because I want this game. I want it in my eyeballs. The game so far looks to have slow, intimate moments that will only make the more violent moments feel more raw and visceral. If anything, I think this game will be worth the wait. You made it to the end of the video. Honestly, this year has been kind of crazy. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I couldn't be any more happier. So instead of the whole usual like, blah, 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 subscribe, blah, 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 I just want to say have a happy new year, have a safe new year, and I'll see you in the next decade.